Hi, folks. This is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. I recently read an article in Bass Magazine, and the article was The Geography of Pro Bass Fishing. And what it really gets into is the needs, the demands, the sacrifices that a pro fishing angler has to make in their life. You know, when they decide to be a pro fisherman, and that's a long struggle. It doesn't just happen with most people. They have to become as good at their craft as they possibly can. And to do that, you've got to devote most of your time to fishing every single day. You're going to be gone from your family. I mean, there's a lot of things to consider. And the family, a fisherman's family has to make a lot of sacrifices too, to endure the head of the family being away. But here's one of the things that is brought out by this article, is that more and more anglers are realizing that the best way for them to get to be their best is to have more and more times out fishing. Because every time you go fishing, you learn more about how to set the hook just the right way, what type of rods and reels are going to work best for the way you're going to be fishing, what lures that you believe are going to be best for you. You constantly got to be experimenting and doing this. And if you don't have the peace and tranquility of the framework of your life, which is your family, then you're never going to be as good as you could be. So what are they recommending? They're saying that more families are discovering that maybe it would be worthwhile for them to move to the area where so many of these tournaments are taking place and where their family member can become the best fisherman possible. And that's by being able to get out there and catch more and more fish. So where is that? Well, it's becoming more and more a choice of perhaps moving further north. The north has such incredible fishing. Even though our season is shorter, we have just a multitude of waters and fishing opportunities, and people from the south are discovering that. Yeah, there's great big largemouth bass down south, and there's wonderful fishing, and there's more days to fish because the season is longer, because it stays warmer. But the people that fish up north catch more fish. We have so many more waters, more smallmouth bass, and smallmouth are becoming one of the kings of these tournaments. It's something for us, I think, to be aware of, because what we are trying to do with our fishing program here along the St. Lawrence River, and specifically, it was started 10 years ago by the town of Meissner. And that movement forward took a lot of sacrifices, a lot of people that were willing to take a chance and put the money out there to make this program start building. It doesn't happen overnight, but it is getting to the point now where we're seeing more and more of the fishermen from other parts of the country, especially the South, are not just coming up for a tournament. When they come up for a tournament, they're going to have to spend at least a week because they're going to have to practice on the waters up here. And with more tournaments coming up here, rather than going back home, they will stay. They'll rent an Airbnb or stay in a campground or something for maybe a month or maybe the whole summer. And this is happening more and more and more. And what does it mean? It means that our businesses are flourishing far more than we could have hoped. You know, we dreamed that this would be a great project, but we didn't realize just where it would be coming, because it's growing now every year. And so I think it's important to realize that if these anglers are going to spend that much time up here, then they want their families to be with them. And if their families can, that's what they're doing. We're getting more families coming up here and staying for more than a week, maybe a month, and maybe the whole summer. And it gives us the chance to allow them to experience what the lifestyle is up here, which is different in so many places. People used to fear the north because they'd say, oh, the winters, oh, we can't bear the winters. Now it's almost an opposite phenomena that's taking place. You could call it climate tourism. And places like where we are up here along the St. Lawrence may become the top choice of people changing their life and coming up to live in another area, because they won't be enduring 110, 120 degree days that never were possible before, but they're part of the changes that are taking place. So I think this is a huge part of what fishing is all about. It really is developing and changing lives and hopefully helping to develop the economy of the North Country. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.